Welcome back to Maddux Monday. So today we're going to get started on our next section. We've ended the Civil War. Now it's time to rebuild. So we'll be entering a time called Reconstruction. So just like the name kind of shows, we know re means to do again, construct means to build. So we're going to talk about how the nation's going to rebuild after the Civil War. Now this week you're going to have 3 assignments. No more Khan Academy. So your first assignment is about the new amendments, so you'll read and then answer the questions. Your second assignment, you will be looking at the different ideas and plans for Reconstruction, and then you'll be constructing your own plan. How should the nation rebuild after the Civil War? Now your last assignment is going to be about how did the new states get to come back to the Union? As we know, a lot of the southern states left in the Civil War and they had to come back. So that one kind of explains the process of how they came back. Just like the cat that came back. Okay, so during this time, we're going to get 3 new amendments. Now, our first amendment is the 13th Amendment. We finally have ended slavery. Congress passes it. Slavery has been outlawed in all of the United States. So we know the Emancipation Proclamation only freed those in the rebellious states, known as the Confederacy, but now we get Congress has finally ended it. Then a couple years later, we'll get the 14th Amendment, which made you a citizen if you're born in the U.S., even if you have a different skin color. So as we know, slaves were ruled as not citizens in the Dred Scott case. 14th Amendment undoes this. Then we get the 15th Amendment, which means you have voting rights if you're a man and if you're 21. At this time, the voting age is 21. Later, it'll become 18, and women will get the right to vote. So that 15th Amendment could have added women could vote, but they still didn't. Bummer. Okay, next thing, different plans for Reconstruction. So we have some different ideas from different groups of people here. So Lincoln did have some ideas about what to do after the Civil War. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to stick around long enough to see his plan being used because he passed away. But here were some of his ideas he had before he passed away. First of all, he felt like the Confederates should not be punished, meaning they should not have to go to jail for their offenses, only some of the Confederate leaders. He wanted the southern states to come back as soon as possible. He believed only 10% of voters in the Confederacy should take a loyalty oath. So a loyalty oath means you pledge allegiance to your country again. He helped to pass the 13th Amendment. He was in favor of it. Now, Andrew Johnson's going to be our next president who takes over for Lincoln after he passes away because he was the vice president. He was very, very lenient, meaning he wanted to be nice to them. One of the Confederate states only had to agree that slavery and secession were the problem here. He wanted them to come back. He also pardoned hundreds of soldiers in the rebellions and let them come back. And he let states pass black codes, which were very strict laws that were very, very racist. So Andrew Johnson's a racist, basically. Now, Congress, on the other hand, really wanted to clean up this mess once and for all, so they were very, very strict. So they're going to set up military districts, which I'll explain in a couple moments. They wanted everyone to rewrite their state laws to include slavery is illegal. And they wanted to make sure they also signed away saying they would never leave again. And they also wanted to make sure a majority of white males had to do the oath and supported the 14th Amendment, which meant no matter your race, you're a citizen. So Congress is strict. Johnson's going to be lenient. Lincoln's going to be more in the middle. Lincoln's plan is going to be known as the 10% plan because he believed 10% of voters only needed to take a loyalty oath. Okay, last thing, military districts here. So they divided up the South into 3 different districts here. So we have District 1, 2, 3, just like Hunger Games here. Now, Tennessee is not going to be in a district because they're going to abide by all the laws the first time, and they don't have to be put under military rule. So when you're in a district like this means the military is in charge of your state. They got grounded, they ran away, they came back. So they're going to have very strict rules. So not only Was the military there, but they also, in order to come back and, be ungrounded, they had to follow the new rules, which included those three new amendments, especially the 13th Amendment. You had to outlaw slavery in order to come back, and also agree that you would never ever leave again. So here you go. Here is your Maddux Monday. You have 3 assignments on Google Classroom. I'll see you guys all next week.